Well, hi, and welcome to another episode of 3 Foot Good. I'm Daren.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Rich.
And today, I know Dave's here, but he didn't say anything. He missed his cue.
There's no cue.
There's a cue. You're supposed to know when to come in. Dave,
that's
you're supposed to know when to come in.
All right. Hi, I'm Dave.
See? There he is. He's here. Dave's here. Dave's not here.
Yeah.
He missed his cue.
Yeah.
I'm a musician,
you know
man.
what,
You got to
though?
come in on time.
You know what
No
though?
one told me to cue
he made
anything.
it. He made it to the team
He
event.
did make it to the team
So-
event, so he can't bitch too
So we're going to talk about LVO.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Darren went.
I did.
Dave went.
He did.
I stalked from afar.
Yes, he did.
It's great.
Yes.
So LVO, Darren,
Yes.
you had fun.
I did have fun. I had fun. From any of you that know, I've been trying double ISPs for some time, and I've been messing around with different variations of it. The one I took this time included Anakin. Just so you guys know, doesn't work. Because I did. I tried. I'm not very good with Anakin anyway, but
You got better.
I got way better with Anakin, using him over and over again. You find from mistakes that you learn a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so I got much better with Anakin, but the double ISP list and Anakin wants his cards and you want to do other stuff, and it just doesn't. It
Doesn't
just
work.
It just doesn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It didn't work. I had so much more luck with some of the other versions of it. And I think I'm going to table the double ISPs for a while and
Try something else.
I'm going to try something else.
He's going Geonosians.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Droids.
I'm not doing that. I'm going to stay with Republic.
But you did go to the largest tournament with 136 players. So
is
is
that the largest?
that's what they were saying on the stream, that it was the largest.
Really?
Because I think the Last Chance qualifier was like 120 or 132.
Okay.
And then Worlds last year was less. I can't remember. But that's what they were saying, and I believe them.
Okay.
There
cool.
was 41 Empire and 41 Republic, so those two kept the numbers up like they normally did. There was 30 Rebels, which was nice, and then there were 16 Separatists and 8 Mercenaries. So Separatists at the low end of the table again. But now with the new Geonosians, they might make a little bit of a comeback. So
Possibly, yeah.
and then Darren kind of already went over his list with his double ISP, Cody, Anakin, and then clones in there.
Didn't do good.
Didn't do no.
Darren
Darren did not. It's okay though. Darren did better than me.
I did. I
I
did better than
didn't
Tyler.
play,
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
So round 1, you played Kyle Owens from Inferno Squad. So I'm assuming that was just their group name, or did you talk with Kyle at all, or?
I didn't talk to anybody the whole time I was there. No.
Sure you didn't. Dave.
Yeah, no, I talked to him. Kyle was a very good player. A lot of fun. Had a lot of fun playing Kyle. He kicked my ass pretty good.
He ran a Yoda Padme Gar
Yes.
list, so it was Gar on Gar.
Yeah, it was Gar on Gar. I played decent. I played okay. I didn't play Anakin all that well, and then
It was early. Had to wake up.
well, no, not just that. I just didn't play him well. And I got no eliminate. I didn't take out a unit, so we were tied on objective
because
points.
it was intercept.
It was intercept, yeah. But he smoked me on kills. So yeah, he kicked my ass on kills.
That's okay though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's-
Whatever.
First round,
game.
it's fine.
Yeah.
There was going to be at least 1 or 2 5-1s that would make the top cut anyways. So
Yeah, after that
still
game
had that
though,
chance.
I wasn't really no. After that showing, I was like, well, this is gonna be a long tournament right here. That's if I don't do better than that, it's gonna be a long tournament.
So then we go into round 2 with Matthew Pearson. Matthew was running a rebel list of Jin, Cassian, K2, and then a smattering of Pathfinders and Mark IIs and veterans and whatnot.
Yeah.
And how'd that one go? You did intercept again on that one.
Yeah, it did intercept. Much closer game. In fact, if I could have rolled, I think a block at one point.
You might have.
I think I might have pulled that one out. Yeah, but yeah, it was a much closer game. I tied it up in that last turn. I think it was Cassian who got 2 eliminations, right? Gunslinger.
He might have guns.
No, or was it K2? K2. Does K2 have gun?
I don't know.
I
I don't play either of them.
Yeah,
I know.
so-
usually Cassian has the infinite range sniper rifle.
Yeah,
that
and
can just
that's
shoot you from across the.
that's what he did. But
He might have a card that gives him gunslinger.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think maybe that's it. Anyway,
Yeah,
he was
we're
able
horrible
to
at this.
get like 1 and 1, and then take him out, and then I think that's what got him the game.
Okay.
Because it was a tie, but it was a close game. I did a couple things with the ISPs that he didn't expect. I think you have to do things with ISPs that people don't expect
Yep.
if you're going to have a chance at winning games with them. Yeah, but that was a lot of fun.
So, but I mean, it was a closer game, so
Yeah.
you were improving.
Yeah.
So we're thinking going into round 3.
Well, you may have.
This is
see,
gonna be
you were
Darren's time.
thinking that. I was not
Right.
thinking that.
You were
at this
playing
time. Yeah.
Jay Brown for round 3, who's
Yep.
doing another Rebel list.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
time though, it was Leia, Ahsoka, and Sabine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How'd that go?
Not strong for me.
Not
no.
strong?
No.
It was
no.
key positions, which
Yeah.
this means then your ISPs could actually score,
Yes,
which
they could.
I thought was kind of interesting because you did intercept the first 2, and they're there to try and block and get them off
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right,
They can actually score. So I of course stayed back and did a bunch of shooting, and then he came across with Ahsoka. I had to intercept with Cassian because he came on would have been my right flank, his left with Sabine and Ahsoka.
You had to intercept with Anakin.
Huh?
You said
I had
you said Cassian.
Oh well, sorry. I had to intercept with Anakin, and the first shot I took, I think I rolled 4 blanks on red dice, so I took 4 wounds like right away, which kind of set me back a little bit. But I did end up killing Ahsoka with Anakin.
Hey,
That's only because I rolled a couple of blocks.
Hey, it's all that matters.
Yeah, she only had 1 wound left.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right. That was the
and
you
so-
lost 2-1. So
And I as the game progressed, I kind of saw what was going to happen. You know, you're like, oh yeah, this isn't going to go well, and it didn't.
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of, so Jin in the game prior to that, man, with all those extra white dice that she rolls, sometimes you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That can be
Just like
amazing.
Han.
Yeah, that can be like it can. Jin was tanking all kinds of shots there for a while, but then in this last game, poor Sabine, I threw a one clone trooper at Sabine. I think he held her up for 1 or 2 turns. Just
Did
lucky.
she have the dark saber or no?
No, I don't think she did. But just lucky, lucky die rolls and him unlucky die rolls, and
Okay.
then he finally he withdrew and shot his ass, and
Nice.
luck ran out. But that was kind of cool. It was fun. Yeah, had a good time. Had a good time playing everybody. It was great. However, I wasn't having fun with the list. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but you try something, it's not working. It just wasn't working. It wasn't near as good as like the Clone Commander.
Right. Having the extra order on the guys. so you
Yeah,
can fire support more
and the fire
often.
support, and so Anakin wasn't getting his points, and a
There
lot of that's
wasn't-
because of my
And
play.
there wasn't that much of melee threats. I mean, you had Yoda, but Yoda's more of a support. Hey, until the very end.
Even
And then
that.
you had Cassian K2 and
Yeah.
Jin. There's
Yeah.
no melee. You had Ahsoka. You may had to, like.
Even that it wasn't. Yeah. So I didn't play.
You did not play day 2.
And so day 2 came about, and I'm 0-3 already going into day 2, and I wasn't enjoying playing the list. We went out till like 2 a.m, so I was up and ready to go, and I was just like, well, if I was enjoying the list a little bit
Right.
more, I probably
you
would
would
have
keep
went
playing.
in. I would have kept playing, but.
Understandable. You're in Vegas.
Yeah, and we were in
and you
Vegas.
were not the only person that dropped.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm in Vegas. I'm 0-3. I'm not enjoying the list.
Rest up for that team event. We'll get to that.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just drop. And then I think we went shopping and eating, and Dave and I, yeah.
So the top 8 was there were 5 Gar in the top 8. They took 1st, 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 8th. There were 2 Rebels at 3rd and 6th, and there is one Empire. So obviously this means Gar's broken because they had the same number of people as Empire and had 4 times, 5 times as many people
Yeah,
in the
that's
top
what
eight.
everybody's gonna say.
The winning list, though, was not what you would expect because it was Kenobi. So, like, go Kenobi. I've been on Kenobi's train since the beginning. Granted, I'm more of a Rex player now than I am Kenobi. But that was kind of cool to see that it was actually Kenobi that won. It wasn't the Yoda Padme. It wasn't the Anakin Padme. It wasn't any of that. It was a Kenobi list. So that was cool.
Wasn't it? Is it Kenobi, Padme,
It
Cody?
was. It was. Yes, it was. I know. It was Kenobi, Cody. It might have had Padme in it as well.
Okay.
But it was just. It was. Yeah. I was like, yes, awesome. So get ready, Gar, for more nerfs coming for us because they're coming.
We're gonna get spanked again.
So now I'm going to kind of step out because we're going to get into the team event that had 20 teams. I said 20 players in my notes. It's 20 teams, and I was not there. So I'm going to go sit down for a minute now and let Dave join the show.
Hi, I'm Dave.
He's shy. He's shy.
So we got up and we got going.
Right now, okay. So this is the Dave. Now, some of you have watched. There was an incident at Vegas.
I don't know if we call it an incident. It was just a good time.
Well, it was a good time, and we went
Incidents
out.
involves reports.
Well, there weren't. Well, there were.
There was
yeah,
no
there weren't-
report.
There were no reports.
No.
No. And Dave was unable to attend the doubles event.
Almost got banned from Discord because of it.
Well, I was involved with that.
Yeah, when we did our video on it.
I wasn't
Really?
involved with that.
Oh, I told you that.
Oh, did you tell me?
Yeah.
Well, I burned a lot of brain cells this weekend.
It's true. He did burn some brain cells.
Okay. So there are a few of you guys that I run into now, or that we've run into, and I keep saying we got to get together. So we got to find a way for all of us that go to LVO to get together on like a Saturday night. We should probably do Saturday night. That way, those of us that don't make the cut, and it's just like doubles or something that we're not making it for. But we need to go out and we need to have like.
Yeah, a night out.
Yeah, a night out. Have a good time. Get to Marshall was one. Gosh, so many names. I'm sorry, too many brain cells. But yeah. We gotta get together and get
Those two guys from the Air Force we played.
Yeah, Patrick and Sean.
Yeah, they were great.
Yep, great guys.
And I met another game store owner in game 2.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron?
And his dad owned a game store in Vegas area.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, we gotta get together and go out and have some drinks and do it Vegas right because it's freaking Vegas. So
Right.
yeah. So
We
now
had,
Dave doesn't.
What was the list?
Our list?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just-
okay. So because we're flying, because I fly, what I do is I take whatever list I'm taking, which wasn't all that great, and I add a few things, and we make it a doubles list.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was 2 ISPs. So we each had an ISP. We had Padme, Cody, and then I was running Anakin, and then we had a bunch of clone troopers in there.
phase
with all kinds-
1s and some phase 2s.
phase 1s, phase 2s, and some
Yep.
all that stuff, right? It's not actually
No
bad.
heavy hitters, really.
Well, yeah,
Anakin, but I mean,
Yeah.
just trooper
So
wise.
our first game was Patrick and Sean, and they were running 3 ATSTs, and we knew we were going to be in trouble a little bit. And then they did to us what Tyler and I have done to people when we were running the whole Wookiee thing.
Right.
Is we just go right or left, and then left, and then we take everything at one guy because it's we're all like disarray basically. It's disarray. Now Dave plays once a year
for LVO.
at LVO doubles, right?
Yeah.
So 2 games.
Yeah.
I play 2 games a year.
Yeah. So that's it. So he may be a little inexperienced. Thankfully, they went after me, kind of.
And the best part is that just means I had room to run at him and just shoot everything. And I did.
So at the end of the game, I had Anakin in 5s left. Anakin was doing Anakin things at this point because by this time I'd actually kind of figured out how to run him. because I had
They
to.
even offered some advice one round.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
That
yeah.
worked out
yeah,
in our
it did,
benefit.
yeah,
So
well, I mean, when they were
they understood Anakin.
yeah, they were stomping me pretty good. So
Yeah.
or stomping us pretty good. However, toward the end of the game, because they weren't picking on Dave with the beam cannons, and he had a bunch of scouts, so they're only wide saves.
I killed every trooper the one guy had, but one.
Yeah, but one who was carrying the objective.
And he was running for his life.
Right. But he had turned, because I was in melee, he had turned, so all of the ATSTs
Yeah,
were now
that one
pounding.
round that they turned all 3 on me, I went, oh, this is not the round I wanted this to happen. Because I took a chance and ran some troopers out there, and then they were out ass to the wind.
Yeah.
I went, don't turn around. Oh, they turned around. I'm like, well, let Jesus take the wheel at this moment.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So we ended up losing. But that
Yeah.
was okay. It was fun. It was a good game.
it was.
Yeah.
It was very, very good. So.
Right. And then our second...
And in that game, I also want to be known that I killed more troopers than Daren. At the end of that game, I had more trooper kills. So.
That's because I only had 2 guys left by turn 3.
I'm just saying, it worked out in my benefit. Yeah. So I killed more troopers than Daren. So.
You did. You did.
It is written in the record.
It is. And
it's out
they
there
even
now.
acknowledge that. They're like, the guy that I shot up, he goes, all my guys are dead but one, to his teammate. And the other guy's like, I have all my guys tied up with Anakin, but they weren't dead yet. So, yeah. They even acknowledged it.
Yeah.
So game 2.
Yeah, game 2. We played Droid List.
Yeah. And we have been through this once before. We got our ass handed to us when the droids ran through a minefield, the first LVO we ever went to.
Right.
When the droids very first came out.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what was going on.
And you moved closer to them.
Yeah.
Oh, they ran through the minefield and didn't care. So anyway, we learned about the droids at the first LVO when they very first came out. And we were like, we don't know what we're doing. But we had a
we had
a brutal lesson.
Yeah, the first LVO we'd never played against droids because nobody were using
Right,
it.
it was brand new.
It was brand new, and so
Dooku was just out.
Yeah.
I never played against Dooku.
It was Dooku and Grievous that ran across the minefield and went, we're coming to you. And just started killing dudes.
So this one, we had a gun line and we stayed back, and now this is one of Ryan's like babies, and you've got all kinds of goofy stuff going on. So you have to flip these tokens onto the board.
Yeah, he did that flippy token thing again.
There's all kinds of
then
weird
you just
stuff
started
going
putting
on.
bombs wherever you wanted to.
Yeah. And
which
so there's
really made troop movement weird.
Yeah, and so there's all kinds of bombs going on, and it's a riot. It's a lot of fun.
It was challenging because you just didn't know where things were going to come back on the map. So when you run down the field and then a objective marker popped on the field, then you ran a troop back to get it. So you're leaving the gun line to go back and get an objective marker. So it was kind of weird. So watching them do the same thing was the unit was going to shoot and then it doesn't shoot because it ran back to get the objective. So it was a little strange, but it's one of those wonky. And at least that one we got to start near each other.
Yeah.
The first game we started opposite corners.
And that helped us because I was able to help Dave a little bit more. Yeah. And then so we were able to synchronize things
make it work a little better.
Yeah. And that
but he also runs that event 2 rounds and be done.
Right.
And it's all about the fun. We not really care about who's winning and who is losing.
Yes, he does. And Ryan said to me something. So I was playing Anakin and he came over. So way to go. I agree, Ryan. Is that if you want to fix Anakin, you raise his points a couple of bits, get rid of Exemplar, and give him Nimble in place.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right? Which is a great idea. You get rid of Exemplar, so now he's not sharing tokens, so that's not broken. Raise him up a couple of points, give him Nimble. And so now his job is just to go...
He'll always have a dodge because he's got defend.
Yeah, he's got defend. He'll always have a dodge, and now you're using Anakin as you should be using Anakin, moving forward and trying to kill stuff.
I would say you could also just... change Exemplar to reliable, so that he's always getting.
Well, he gets it with that. Yeah,
oh, okay.
You get reliable 2 with his 3 pip. Yeah, you get permanent reliable 2 with his 3 pip. So you're just exchanging Exemplar with Nimble.
Yep.
Raise him up a few points.
Perfect.
Call it good, and he's good to go. Yeah, and that way then you've only got the 1 Exemplar with Padme and
then the 1 card that Yoda does.
Yeah.
That he can do twice a game.
Right, but I can't fix Yoda. I mean, that's just...
He's already like the most expensive unit in the game, and he's probably going to go up more.
Yeah, but no, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
I think we called it a draw there. One of the players had to go catch a flight, I think.
Yeah, he had to leave at 4:30 because his flight was at like 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was half their army was his model, so he had to leave with his
so he
models.
had to leave with his models.
Otherwise, he was just going to leave and let his player, his partner play it out. But he's like, I got to take the models. So we're like, we get it.
Yeah, no problem.
Or we understand.
Your concession, you win. That's what.
No.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool. So Dave did get to see like there was a couple of effective fire support shots with the twin beam, and that and so
I did like the beam where we hit all 3 squads that kept running out in front of us.
Yeah.
So we were able to mow down quite a bit of troopers in one round.
Yeah.
So that actually was beneficial, but
Yeah.
they obliterated our vehicle. So didn't have much of a chance.
They had a tank.
Yeah.
ISPs.
Three tanks.
Well, no,
Yeah,
the first.
the second. Yeah, they had the one tank.
Yep. But yeah, that was that. And so we basically had a great time in LVO. You had a good
Yeah,
time?
I had a great time.
Yeah.
And the
you
vendor
go again?
hall,
Oh, absolutely.
we already planned.
Yeah.
The vendor hall I thought was pretty good too.
Yeah.
There was some new companies there that I've never seen before. There was an Australian paintbrush company there that I've carried their brushes briefly. Been hard to get, and they now are selling direct. So this company is I should know their name. I can't remember their name now, but there was some new companies there, and they were fantastic. And Catalyst was there pushing BattleTech for the first time. That was really excited to see. And John from Freeblades was pushing
DGS
Freeblades.
Games was there. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So they made an appearance at LVO.
Yeah.
We didn't got a chance to talk to him a little bit on Friday.
And we had breakfast with Julie on Sunday.
We had breakfast with Julie Sunday morning. So yeah, it was a good time.
I think they had a pretty good demo,
I think so. Yeah.
especially like they were wanting to demo a lot on Saturday when everybody's lost on Friday.
Yeah.
And John got quite a few demos in. So hopefully that will spark some West Coast play because they don't really have much of a presence in the West Coast. Anything past Denver, I think is what he said.
Yeah. So that's hopefully we'll get some.
So yeah, so hopefully that will turn out really good. But the vendor hall was good, and there was a couple of new ones, and they expanded the vendor hall because they put vendors in the hall and then out in the main hallway. They had vendors lined up in the actual hallway.
Schooled up to come.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're definitely getting more vendors who want to go to the event, and they just run out of space. So that
really
was
cool.
another
Yeah.
good one. So
Yeah. And then there was plenty of alcohol.
there was alcohol everywhere.
There
was in the event and out of the event.
Yeah. We ate well. We drank.
Yeah, I'm going to send Rich a picture. I took a picture of our own beer tap system at one of the sports bars where the guys could just pour his own beer at the table from this giant vat of beer. I took a picture. I'll send it to Rich so he can put it up there.
Yeah.
It was what would he say? It was only $50 and it was like a 12-pack of beer in one vat and you pour it right at the
No,
table.
it was pints.
Oh, was it pints? Something?
Pints.
Yeah, something like that. It was
I don't
huge.
remember how many pints. It was a lot. It was a lot
Yeah.
of beer. They couldn't finish it. They couldn't.
They did not. They were too drunk at that point.
That was Saturday though.
They were wussing out at that
They
point.
petered out by that point. That was before the game. Yeah.
The old guys went out way more than the young guys. Let's just put it that way.
Well, we have more practice.
We do have more practice. Yeah. And we also know that we're in Vegas. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the event was good. It wasn't overpriced. I mean, it's. I think they're going to stay in the same location at the Rio again next year, is what I heard.
Okay. All right.
So I think they're sticking with the location because the Rio just got bought out.
So it's a pretty good chance if you've been to LVO and you plan on going there next year, you're gonna see us goofballs there.
We'll remember to bring our 3 foot good jerseys next time.
Oh yeah, we forgot that.
We completely forgot.
Yeah, we forgot.
We both went, I forgot our jerseys.
Come on, guys.
I know. I felt horrible. I was packing. I was like, I even had it on my list, pack jersey.
I didn't.
And I didn't pack it.
I didn't wear my 3 foot good jersey.
Yeah. So, because I heard right, 1,200 plus players in the 40K tournament alone, 1,400, something like that.
It was like something like, I think they said 400 or 600 tables.
Yeah.
So it was like insane.
It was insane number of 40K. And then I also heard the Crisis Protocol tournament had the largest they've ever had before. And Jason and Brent were like, it was a madhouse.
Miller of Strategy Battle Game had a tournament that they've never had before. Or it was small, and this time it was bigger.
And I heard the Alpha Strike BattleTech tournament was bigger than it was last year, and I heard it was 32 last year, so more than 32. So they're growing.
That's good.
People are talking about it.
Well, and it's like I tell people, it's one of those tournaments where one of those conventions, you can bring your SO, your significant other, and they can shop all day, do whatever they want all day, and then you go out with her or him or whoever you're at night in the evenings, and then you go game and they can go have a good time. It's one of those tournaments where you can both go and have a good time and
Don't have to worry about each other.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
tons of stuff to do.
yeah,
It's Vegas.
it's one of those things that it could be done that way. So
Yeah. And I didn't go. I was at the convention on Friday for just a few hours, and I spent the rest of the day doing Vegas stuff all on my own.
yeah,
So I mean, it's a great place to go and do stuff like that.
yep.
So hopefully we'll see more Midwest guys make it out there.
Yeah.
That's-
So those guys from like Wisconsin, Armand was there from Wisconsin this year.
Yeah.
He was there.
Des Moines, Cedar Rapids guys.
doesn't have a jersey on.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
And I did hear one of the store owners from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, was supposedly going, but I never saw him. So I don't know if he made it or not. But when I see him next, I'm going to ask him if he made it out.
Don't know.
So, but yeah, overall positive event, great time, and the cheapest trip to Vegas I've ever spent. My 20 or 30 times I've ever been to Vegas. So I'm not going to complain. Other than that,
awesome.
that's it.
All right.
Okay.
All
We'll
right.
get
Well,
in there.
So, Gene Oceans came out. That was new. They
Okay.
came out Friday,
Okay.
so they're legal for Worlds. They also they have now said that the Inquisitors will be out and are legal for Worlds, but they're not doing any balance changes or anything at all to the RRG. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes when they show up. It's fine. I'm not in Worlds. It's not going to affect me at all, except for maybe when I take to the team event, which Darren and I are going to start brainstorming even more. So now, but there are some Worlds issues, and Darren, you might need a stool.
A chair.
There might be a rant. Just don't take that one because I broke it, I guess. So, one, the community as a whole seems to be losing their shit over the fact that Worlds is a single loss elimination tournament now. You have to win every game to win Worlds. I don't see the problem with this at all. Like, this is what the community has been yelling that they want, so you get away from strength of schedule. You get one person that has not lost, that's the champion. So I don't know where the disconnect is. Supposedly, some people are like, well, that's not fair to the people that travel from overseas. They're making this a huge trip that they lose once and they're out. Oh, well, okay, one, you're at Adepticon. And so you can still keep playing the rest of that day. But then like, oh, but it's only 3 games. And this is where I will maybe give them a little bit of credit, is that AMG has no other standard Legion game that they can play the rest of the weekend. If you lose at Worlds, you've got to play Unconventional Warfare, a Battle Force, or their organized play kits. There is no other, hey, this is the losers brackets. If you were in Worlds, you're automatically entered into this to come play on day 2 to get more games in that are standard Legion. But I'm not hearing anybody from overseas bitching about that. It's all people here that want to go 7-1 or 6-1 and be the world champ. And I don't understand it at all.
No,
I mean, this is what we have been screaming for, is make tournaments long enough so there's only one person that's undefeated. And it was like, well, you can't determine a world champion that way. This isn't baseball. You don't get best of 7.
yeah, they figure out a world champion in football with 1 loss.
Exactly.
You get into the playoffs, it's one and done.
Yeah. So, I mean, like this, you have to get into Worlds.
Right.
I'm not in it.
I'm not.
Darren might be, and maybe, you never know. There's still like a tournament he could go to. He might get into the last chance qualifier still. He doesn't know. I gotta ask Dave a question, but we don't need to do that on camera.
Okay.
So. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh,
question.
yeah.
I had my pants on the whole time in Vegas.
Oh,
I promise.
so
The whole time?
Whole time. Showered even with him. I was scared.
You didn't wake up not knowing where the hell he was at?
Oh, no. I woke up every morning knowing exactly where I was this time.
This time.
it's time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I took my shoes off before I did take off my pants. Yeah. It worked out fine.
We tend to have a little bit of fun when we go to Vegas.
We do
which
have
might
fun.
also have something to do with how I
When are
play.
you going to go to Vegas?
I don't know.
Which might have something to do with how I play when
No,
I'm at
yeah.
LVO.
You're fine because it's the first night. You don't usually stay out the first night, right?
Oh, no, we went
did.
out
Oh,
did
Thursday
you?
night.
Oh,
We went,
okay.
yeah,
Never mind.
Thursday night. Yeah, we did, but not late.
No, I think we were in by midnight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
well, yeah,
no.
that's not going on. then.
Although when I was doing the X-wing tournament thing, I actually played better hungover than I did. Like, yeah, there were a couple
Yeah.
times
Yeah,
where.
that
You don't
Gen Con
overthink it.
tournament, you did great after being out all night.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't
Yeah.
overthink it, Dan, when
Yeah.
you're drunk. You're just like, oh, I'm doing this.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah. I played much better hungover than, yeah. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we just got to get you to Vegas.
I guess.
Yeah, we got to get you to Vegas. Yeah.
One of these years, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, so I think we've beat this thing. If anybody's still watching, this is for you. If you're still watching, and if you're not still watching, well, whatever, we don't care.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, and for the new subscribers, hopefully you're checking this out and you're going, okay, maybe I'll watch another one.
Oh,
There's
shit.
some
What did
previous
I
ones
get
that are really
through?
good.
Yeah. Check out some of the other ones; they're better than this.
The box reveals are awesome.
Our unboxings.
Yeah.
They're quick.
Here they
I'll
are.
give you that.
Yes,
The
they are.
fastest reveals you're ever going to see. Yeah. All right. So stop watching us.
Go roll some dice.